I think one of the funniest parts of comedy is when someone says something and relegates it to something else. Like, for instance, this isn't an airport, Karen. You don't need to announce your departure. Which is, kind of funny because it's talking about airports and it's talking about someone who makes a big scene about what they're doing. And I don't want to make big scenes about what I'm doing. I want to show up, get it done, and get to work. Here's the philosophy on that, is that growth happens when no one's watching you. True growth happens when you are alone. When you're alone, you're growing downwards. See, a tree has two systems. It's got a gravitropic system, which is the root system, and it's got a phototropic system, which is the limbs and branches. The gravitropic grows down, it gets deep, goes in, is quiet, in the dark, when no one sees it. It's cold, it's wet, it's nasty, but you know what? That's what has to happen before it has the sprout, or the twig, the tiny little bottom. At the very, very bottom of the right off the ground. Why is this guy on my butt? Get off my butt, dude. Anyway, so you're gonna have that, and you're gonna see people that have all sorts of phototropic. They have these beautiful fruits, but they just sprung up out of nowhere. They don't have any wherewithal. They just popped up one day, and you never seen them before. They've only been doing that thing for a minute, but they're very, very photogenic, photosynthetic, as it were. They're very, very hype. They've got a lot of pop, pizzazz, panache, moxie, whatever you want to call it. They're just in it to win it. Bam! And then 2 months later, they're gone. You're like, what happened to so-and-so? Well, they just didn't have any roots. They just grew up quickly and then went away. It's kind of sad. So, when you want to do a thing and you've purpose in your heart, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to make sure that I do this thing and I'm going to do it well. What do you got to do? Well, you got to learn and grow. Grow downwards. Grow outwards, downwards. Get closer to the wet. Get in the nasty. Get in the soil. Yeah, get in the mushroom-based, worm-eaten, cow poop-ridden soil where all the nutrients are. There's not a lot of fun in nutrients. No, there's not a lot of fun getting down there and getting dirty. No one sees you. No one is applauding you. There's no stand. There's no clapping. There's no lights. There's no applause. That's what Muhammad Ali said. He said, the fight is won out there on the road long before I dance under those hot blazing lights. And it's true. You take a prize fighter like Muhammad Ali, he's going to spend 99.999% of his time in the ring in a dusty, dank gym where there's only other dudes in there and there's not a lot of ventilation and there's just grumpy old trainers. He's going to spend that tiny percentage in the ring. What is it, Bouncy Bridge? Tiny percentage in the ring doing the thing that says, you know what? Look at what I've already done. That's what that ring is all about. Look at what I've already done. Look at what I've become, and now I'm going to prove it. And the proof only happens momentarily. The proof only happens coincidentally. It's almost an accident how they were a quote-unquote overnight success. You know what? Sometimes it takes 50 years to get to a quote-unquote overnight success. That's okay. If you grow deep, you'll be able to grow tall. And then when you grow tall, just like Psalms 1 says, then you have fruit in its season. Psalms 1 says, blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, or stands in the way of sinners, or sits in the seat of scoffers. So, you've got ungodliness, you've got sinning, and you've got scoffing. And a lot of the times, the battle is in the scoffing. The battle is that, yeah, you're supposed to pass on the left, sir. Florida man! I knew it. He's got a Florida license plate. I live on the coast in Georgia, smack dab in the middle between South Carolina and Florida. And it's funny. You can always tell the Florida drivers. So, the idea that you are bringing forth fruit in your season is not in the season that you want. It's the season that is your season. And you don't know when that is. It's just your season. And if you're not bringing forth fruit, well, then you haven't dug in. Meditate on the word day and night. That's why these yogis will talk about meditation. They say, be mindful. Do you know what mindfulness is? Mindfulness is the ability to be okay with bad. You know what? I'm never mindful. Screw mindfulness. I'm not mindful at all in that sense. I am mindful. My mind is full of God's word. But I'm never okay with status quo. Status is not quo, and I just need to fix it. Or be not part of it at all. I don't have to conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of my mind through Yeshua HaMashiach. And it's good, and it's godly, and it's great. And I mean, God is more interested in saving all of me than I am in saving all the world anyway. And so if I can change just for me, if I can change just for Him, then that change was valuable and worth it. I don't need to change for anybody else. And that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of someone who walks into the room and doesn't need their validation. I don't need others' validation. I don't need their permission. I don't need their acceptance or approval, because I already have approval. I already have acceptance through Him who made me. He who formed me in the womb. You look at Psalms, look at Jeremiah. There's verses in these great books. It talks about being formed, and you look at the Garden of Eden. We were both formed and breathed. We have a nefesh and a ruach. We are an Elohim. We really are. We're made to rule and reign through Yeshua HaMashiach in high places. And those high places might not be ready for you because you're not ready for them. Bring forth fruit in your season. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and He will lift you up in what? Your due time. So your due time might not be what you think. Might be much, much earlier. You might have missed it. That's okay. It'll be much, much later. I don't go around looking for people to follow me. I just do my thing. And if they follow me, that's fine. You know what? That's alright. They do what they do. I do what I do. If they want to maybe learn a little bit, if they're running their marathon and they're, I don't know, half a mile behind, I might be able to radio back and tell them what's ahead. Hey, keep on going. There's a water station 4 miles in front of you. Or be careful of this hill up here. It's coming. You know what? That's good. Now, I can't help the guys that are in front of me because I'm not there yet. That's okay. But I'm going to tell the people behind me or right next to me, hey, let's do this thing. We got this. We can do it. We can do it. We can keep on going. Let's do it. The only way you lose is when you quit. Because we're not racing against these other people. We're racing against ourselves. My only competition, this is what bugs me about American sports or any sports at all, FIFA. My only problem is that I'm battling against the younger version and the older versions of myself. I'm trying to get to the older version of myself that's wiser, smarter, better, stronger. I'm trying to leave behind the stupid, idiot, young version of myself and tell him he doesn't have any power over me now. Yes, I can learn from my past, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse to delay my future. I'm never going to learn if I don't keep going. What does still water indicate? Stagnation and death. That's when the pond scum comes in and starts cluttering up your shit. Man, get moving. Get the water of life flowing into you. The mikvah, the cistern. Drink water from your own cistern. You've got to have living water flow into you. You've got to have coming in, and you've got to have it going out. This is me, living water going out. I am feeding those around me. Those who stumble upon my videos. Those who say, this guy's an idiot. That's okay. I want to see what he says next. You know what? That's fine. Watch my videos. Call me an idiot. I don't care, because I'm feeding those. Somebody is getting something out of this video. Somebody is saying, wow, I needed this today. And you know what? Good. And I don't care if you follow me or like or subscribe or share or all the other cool YouTube stuff. That if you want to, that's fine, because maybe you know somebody out there that needs it. But I don't need you to do that, right? Because I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for those around me. living water. Water coming in, water going out. All right. I hope I don't get any more hate comments about me taking videos while I'm driving. Sometimes I can't help myself. I just have to preach. And my car has heard all the preaching already, so I got to talk to somebody else except for my car. I do pray. I do pray a lot. As a matter of fact, I should pray more, though. How do you pray more? I get up this morning and I say the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Yahad. It's Deuteronomy 6. You're supposed to do it when you get up, when you lay down. You're supposed to say the commands, and it's so much fun. It becomes more and more life-giving the more and more I do it. It's become habitual. And I'll habit stack. I'll put that on top of another habit, on top of another habit. And it just becomes part of my morning regiment, my routine. Anyway. Have a great day. Be blessed and not stressed. Do your best and He will take care of the rest.